dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
I was worried we just killed Pippa's thing.
Well, I mean...
What a cute name, Pippa.
Yeah.
Is this
It just reminds me of Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking, coming into your town. Make it... Sorry.
Huh.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, it was a song from the movie Pippi Longstocking.
From the album Just Boopin' It with Mari?
Yeah, Just Boopin' It with Mari. It's not as good as Just Boopin' It with Stacy. Didn't get as great a critics scores. I don't know why. I just remember she made something fly because she was like really strong and she just like flapped her arms around and she just said up, up, and it just like did it. And I was like, what?
Whoa.
That's not how aerodynamics works. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at how this place is all like, it's got candles.
It's spoopy.
Yeah. We got this. What's on the floor there?
Just blood towels.
Yeah.
Probably some, all that.
Ferrous tartrate, quinine, and sodium hypochlorite.
Let me see if you, let me know if you say blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you, blah, blah. You know what I'm trying to say.
There's gonna be baddies downstairs.
Well, they're screeching it up, so. Oh.
Oh.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain.
Who's this
sickness
guy?
Moves faster than influenza.
Just some guy. I like how he kills them and he's like, research notes.
Yeah. I kind of wish, I mean, obviously these didn't exist, but that he had like a little like handheld recorder, you know?
Mm-hmm. Maybe he could have had like he could just carry around a big, like one of those big, like, fucking like recording things. And he takes it out and he's like, research notes. And it's like huge.
Probably more likely that he would just have a little notebook.
No. One of these things right here. Just carry it around everywhere he goes, and he winds it.
Talks into it.
And talks into it, being like... Everyone's like, what are you doing, dude?
I swear, this will be big in about 100 years.
I cannot enter.
He was always a man ahead of his time.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a door? No, it's a wall. Is this all there is upstairs?
So we're looking for... ferrous tartrate, sodium hypochlorite, and a key for the morgue basement. I feel like that's a pretty good combo for dealing with those guys.
I think you're right.
Because that way you only have to drain them once.
Mm-hmm. Wondering if my offhand should be the revolver, but... No, I want the stun, so I can eat people.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Hello? Well, I guess it's time for the basement.
We gotta have a key. Oh.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
There's lots of creepy noises being made.
It's locked, all right.
Just doing a quick double take on everything. Let me see if you see any red Ys.
Oh, there's one.
Where?
On the desk.
This key
So-
will surely grant me access to the basement.
Yay! Good spotting, Stacey. Whoa!
Whoa! Yummy!
Can't wait to make those bars longer.
Wah!
Oh no.
You see that?
Yeah, I guess I'll see you later. That's a higher level guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, but I know I can do it. Oh, I can sneak up on this guy.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Oh, did you see that it's... You don't have any stamina left, that's why it was not letting you attack him.
I know, I'm just having a really hard time, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, hello!
Remember, you got your other abilities too. Oh. Whoa. Oh, there's two of them.
No, he's just double doing it. That's fucking bullshit.
Nice. He's double dipping.
Oh god. Oh my god. Is that it? Did I get him?
Scowls can be so ferocious.
Fuck.
I'm not sure I
Okay.
can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Got to get some sodium hypochlorite.
Let me know if you see any Ys. Oh wait, it's on the map, because I'm a moron. Wait, is it? Oh.
Right.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Craft the treatment for blah, 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 blah.
I really like the desk that is used as a crafting table. I don't know why. It just looks so like...
That time era?
Yeah.
Where they're like, who needs proper medical things? Just throw this to this.
Yeah.
And we're good. Anything good in here?
Oh, who's this?
I think he's dead. Death report. A bunch of stuff. Male 39. Probable cause of death. Fast progressing pneumonia by virus-induced pulmonary...
Spanish flu.
Okay. He died.
Examination attendees, Dr. Corcoran Tippett, Nurse Brannigan, and Tippett was the medical
Mr.
examiner.
Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
I think it's because they started getting all the deaths from the skulls and vampires, and that's why they had to quarantine this building, maybe.
It might also be that he's uncovering that maybe another doctor might be a...
Oh, yeah.
Because he says his reports don't...
Yeah, maybe he's
match
eating
it.
people.
Just checking to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Oh, and you know how she said he's always burnt, like, he's running, he doesn't know when to stop?
Oh!
But he's old? Maybe that's because he's a vampire.
Yeah.
So he's, like, up at night all the time, and she's like, oh my god, he's, like, burning the candle at both ends! Whoa.
Yeah, he's surprising.
Anyways, yeah, he is totally a vampire.
Oh, we got some more nitrate solution. And more tartar. So now we can both give what's-her-face,
Tartar.
Dorothy, the new thing, and also we can make that fatigue potion for that guy we're definitely gonna eat because I
Yep.
don't like him.
100%. The only thing about eating him right now, though, is that if he has, like, story stuff, like, we won't see any of it.
We do need to level up, though. I think that's, like, the play.
I mean, we have, like, over 1,000 XP right now.
That's true.
I don't know. Let's just see how far we get with the
Before we are forced
Yeah.
to be weirdos. Oh, don't want to miss looting the corpses. I wonder if I just like ran around in circles killing vampires for a while, if we would just never have to do it.
Well, because, so if you drain a citizen, you get like 1,500 XP. Right now we have 1,200. So...
I wonder if I just like ran around in the same place where it was just spawning vampires for a while.
Yeah.
I could just like...
You could just grind it.
Yeah, off screen. And
Yeah.
be like, listen guys, we're good people. You just didn't have to see it.
It's not even that. It's more just like, I don't like the idea of like missing out on pieces of the story because we kill a main character, you know? And like we wouldn't necessarily know that, like unless somebody were to tell us like, oh yeah, their story's stupid or whatever.
But I do appreciate that that's like...
A consideration?
That you can either choose to play the game easily or get fucked and have more story. I think that's an interesting game mechanic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's like the consequence of you killing people. It's not just like, oh, you feel bad.
Is that you're kind of cheating yourself a little bit?
Yeah, because usually when people are like, oh, I just don't care. But now it's like you're cheating yourself out of more side missions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would make people who usually just go, oh, I'll be evil, whatever.
Yeah.
Go like, damn.
Well,
Here's a fatigue. Oh, wait, I gotta make another one.
Hey, Doc.
check the medical status, and then we can give them the treatment. Yeah.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way.
I could be
And
eating you.
also weaknesses that can be exploited.
Whoa, you're so rude. I just helped you
I'll
and
leave
you're like,
for now,
fuck
Mr.
you.
Cox.
Yeah. Oh, we got XP for doing that too.
But now I have to go make another one.
For what?
So bring the medicine to Dorothy Crane? Maybe I don't have to.
Oh, no. That's not a treatment. That's all the stuff that we just gathered in the other place.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Okay, she's not really a vampire. She just thinks she is.
She does. Look at her eyes, though.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Okay.
Interesting.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefied, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
That'd be awesome.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Oh. Maybe you're onto something.
Yeah.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
You know, it might also be that she
What?
wouldn't.
Wrong target. New investigation.
It might also be, and it doesn't, I'm not saying it will be, that, you know, sometimes when, like, if she saw a vampire attack, she might have been so traumatized by that she wanted to, like, join the vampire side, so she, like, tried to be a vampire. You know what I mean?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Mistress of the Dark. That's what I would like to be called.
You're admitted to the hospital. Yes, I go by
I am Mistress of the Dark!
Like, okay.
Alright, fine.
Whatever.
Is that Miss or Mrs. Mistress of the Dark?
I don't believe in the...
It's locked, all right.
It's Mrs. of the Dark. I'm married to the devil.
I'm married to the darkness. Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, sorry. I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest and for the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice that there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must be now facing and feeling. Rest assured, be assured I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we are all presently facing. I'm glad I met you. Okay, sorry. That doesn't grammatically make sense to me.
It's okay.
These dark times we are all presently facing. I hope our future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yours sincerely, Edgar Griffith Swansea. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I have discovered about Econ in the last few years. Please feel free to read about it if you need some guidance, as long as you don't use this knowledge to take advantage of me.
Dragonbane.
Nice.
We got a sword.
I think it's a dagger.
I didn't do anything. I guess we're just... You've now unlocked sword. Or dagger.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Where did we get the hat from?
Treatments for sepsis, for anemia. We gotta give the medicine to what's-her-face.
No. Wait, why don't you want to level up?
I don't know. Just weird loading screens are happening, and I don't know why. But now we have a hat, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, increase your blood capacity.
Or what's the other one?
Oh, I want to increase my stamina for
Yeah.
sure.
Increase your health. What about increase your blood absorption when using bite in combat? Yeah, right?
I'm gonna upgrade both of these. Just so I can just have more, because I was feeling really limited.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you had 20% extra blood? They're like, this guy's been asleep for like 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Every night, the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade the district health. This can be degraded disease, blah, blah, blah. Major district events. The more lives you take, the unhealthier a district becomes.
Oh, yeah.
If a district's health status drops below critical threshold, it will plunge into chaos.
Ooh.
It is for you to decide of a district's fate. Shouldn't have gone up because I didn't kill anybody? Whatever.
No, I think you have to heal people in order to do that.
Okay.
It starts at... Or no, it did go up. It's healthy now.
Oh, okay. It was stable, now it's healthy?
I think, yeah.
This guy has way too many clues for him to be innocent.
Mm. Where the fuck did the hat come? We have a new jacket? Like, what?
I don't know. Doesn't make... We got a new jacket. Cool. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna upgrade that sword. Just because it's a sword, so, you know. You gotta. Oh, we need common handle parts and stuff. We'll come back to it. We gotta find...
Do you want to equip it?
No, because it's not as good as the hacksaw on a like when it's not upgraded. But like on a base level, it's better. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Let's find Dorothy. Oh, this is really convenient. Did Pip? Was Pip? No, it was Dorothy, right?
Yep.
It's locked.
Are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thoughts in
A
your
giant morgue
My blood
disguised
and
as a
soul.
hospital. That's
They
Pembroke
belong to
nowadays.
you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
So she's clearly seen something. Right?
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
God, those are some names.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Booth Digby.
What'd you say?
Sorry, I was just like, sometimes like a name is just so like, of course he's the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. This man named Booth Digby. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I can't even describe why that's such like a perfect name.
No, yeah, we're definitely in a period piece right now.
Yes, yeah.
Booth Digby, leader
Booth
of the
Digby
Wet Boot Boys.
for the leader of the Wet Boot Boys.
That's the last time you're gonna mess with the Wet Boot Boys. You heard it from me, Big Booby, Big Booby, Big Booby.
Booth Digby? Big Booby. Really?
Whatever.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
This guy's just a nice guy. Unless it's gonna turn around and be like, just kidding, I'm the worst.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
This guy's too good. makes me suspicious.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Mm-hmm. Not mine, anyway.
So maybe it depends on it believing in it?
Yeah, so in the comments that I read on the other videos, people said that basically, like, the power of the cross is is actually the power of belief, and that the cross is just a representation of that belief. So, like, the cross itself does nothing if the person holding it is not a believer. It's or something like that. And also that people who are a little more strict in their definition of, like, Christian religions would really not like it being compared to magic.
Okay.
But that's why they got Harry Potter banned, remember?
Yeah. So
because it talks about magic.
Like, he's such a good person. I wonder if the cross not working for him is a sign that he's secretly evil. He's so good that I'm like, no way.
Well, there's only one thing about him that seems to be...
I'm not saying it's definitive. I'm just pointing out that, like, if the cross doesn't work for him, why? But it could just be that he was just like, what are you talking about? It's just a pendant.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like he held... Here's the thing. He clearly didn't know that William Bishop was, like, a vampire or infected somehow. Mm-hmm. And, like, because even though he was like, oh, his addiction turned to blood, and, like, I was so confused. And then he's like, what do you mean? Like, the cross isn't a magical token. Like, what are you talking about? So maybe he just didn't go the extra step of, like, holding it up and being like, back, beast! You know?
So, like, if somebody was, like, panicking and they were like, okay, Jesus, please save me, and they held it up, it would work?
That's my theory. That, like, you have to, like...
believe that Jesus is going to save you?
I don't know if that's how I would put it.
Or believe in the power?
It's more like a knife just sitting on the table is just a piece of metal. A knife in your hand can be a weapon.
Right. Okay.
Have you
Does that
made
make
friends
sense?
Yeah.
since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognise Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel,
Sorry.
Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel... empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
What were you saying?
I was just going to say, but that's obviously something to watch for. Whenever you have I feel like whenever you have a character in a game that's presented as like, oh, they're like this, like Mother Teresa type character, and they take care of homeless people, and they do all this
Mr.
stuff,
Hampton.
it's always like,
We'll talk again.
Yeah,
later.
right, dude. I wonder if I can give this guy medicine.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
well, he's not sick,
I feel
is
better
he?
already. Can I
He
go
said he was
soon?
tired.
Did you check his health?
Yeah, it doesn't give me the option. Yeah.
Ooh, 3,000 XP.
I think it's just because he's a good guy, and you're like, no, I can't do it.
I love how they call it a citizen menu.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
They knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing, 100%.
So we gotta find what's her face.
Dorothy Crane.
Maybe she's out here.
Oh, in the patient's room. Which patient?
This one? Oh,
It said in the patient's room.
the thing he's telling me where to go.
Not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
Yes,
you have the
Doctor?
right to disapprove of our methods. I apologize when you're feeling better.
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
How do I give you the
Please,
stuff?
could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
What?
It's the
I think I have
large
to
boarded
craft
up
it.
building behind the hospital. You can't miss it. The key I gave you will open the small back door to it.
I know, we have to craft antiseptic.
Why then do you
It's-
always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
You were confusing me because I think you were saying
That's
medicine,
all
and
for
I
now,
thought you
Nurse
meant
Crane.
like
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
the treatments as opposed to like just antiseptic. I understand now.
Yeah, we have to craft it. So we'll come.
Here, let's take a break.